being inside, Ward can use that size advantage. The bigger man, junior welterweight his whole career. Well, of course, Burton is between the lightweight and the junior lightweight his whole career.
Little things that had no effect. Still gave the round to Ward easily.
To be effective.
See, the crowd responds, but Burton blocked those left-hand punches. He had his right hand in the perfect spot, Teddy.
Trying to open things up from a different angle to the body. Instead of the left hook, now he's working that right hook to the body. That's where you would think Burton would have a little edge.
Wood slowed him down and
you lean forward. You don't see that uppercut coming till it's too late. And right now, Mickey is leaning forward. But Burton's laying on the ropes, taking, not giving.
These guys had their moments in the third. Downs in the fight.
Burton switching positions right now with Mickey Ward, putting him on the rope, going to the little dose of the medicine back to Mickey Ward.
And you just watch what's going on as Burton tattoos Ward again. This is a very tight fight. Another right hand, left uppercut from Burton.
Anybody watching this fight at home, in between rounds, call your friends up. You're seeing something that you don't see too often. Holy cow! Both guys inside, nobody giving a quarter, making everything count. Again, the opportunity for uppercuts is there for Burton.
These are two seasoned professionals. Ward missing with those punches. The crowd responds, but Ward missed all but one of those punches, and Burton landed the punch. He's coming back.
Burton came right back. He knew he might catch Mickey laying there. What a fight.
Nice combination by Burton.
He's creating room by moving his hand, not allowing Mickey to close the gap.
Good.
Smother him.
Good left hook by Burton. Then he shoots a right hand to the bottom middle.
It's from a place that's safe. That time he posed a little bit. Mickey Ward came right back and caught him. Mickey's looking to time him now in between a punch, and that's exactly what Mickey just did. He was waiting for Burton to punch, and he wanted to punch with him.
Ward looks tired and a bit worn out. Ward leaning forward. Now Burton gets rocked a bit.
Good body punch from Mickey. Both guys are trying to nail each other in between.
Burton's work for the first 2 minutes plus. Carry the round.
We're not in Manila, but this is the Thriller in Hampton Beach. This is unbelievable.
There's
enough to create room for himself to punch in between like he's doing right now. You know what? We're enjoying this fight so much. Good right hand by Mickey Ward and a good right hand back by Burton. That we're forgetting there's a referee in the corner or in the ring. Hey, if there's ever a sign of a terrific ref, that's the sign. Let them fight. That's what we came here for. Steve Smolder's doing a tremendous job.
For the most part, Ward has probably carried this 6th round as Burton backs him up with a right and a left hook to the body.
Burton punching just at the right time.
Now Ward's trying to steal the round. Burton standing right in with him.
Ward's willing to punch right with Burton and try to catch Burton as he's going.
Burton's winning the exchange and winning the round. Bombs away.
So Mickey has landed that real good left hook, that vaunted left hook of his to the body. Only difference here is Burton has absorbed it.
Well, Burton has gone toe-to-toe. Left hook hurt Ward.
He always has had a clock in this fight when to come right back punching. So Mickey allowed Mickey to sit in there with 6, 7 punches.
Right hand by Ward. That's a slip. That's a slip. Just a wild right hand.
Going on long runs. And right now, Mickey's got a little run going. Why? Because Burton is going defensive.
Yeah, but Burton is trying to get Ward to get sloppy.
Combinations and goes to Mickey Ward has a big H, and that's all he needs. There's that body shot.
And in a fight this close, that could tip the scale.
You saw a little change there. Burton went into that defensive posture. Mickey knew what to do. Look for Mickey to stay on that body. What a battle. What a battle.
Better round for Burton. Guess why, partner?
Offense, not just defense. Ward can't sit in there now.
Burton is tattooing Ward in this 10th round. Right hand to the chin. Straight right hand from Burton.
Ward's not quite close enough. See, there's a little space. And with that little bit of space, Burton was able to get his punches off. Mickey's the kind of fighter in this fight has to be all the way in or all the way out. When there's a little space, look for Burton to score.
Just what boxing needed after that stench from the Camacho fight last week.
All you promoters out there, you know you don't always have the best hearts in the world. Take all your money, give it to these two guys. Give it to them.
What a slugfest. Burton has had a very good 10th round here, Teddy.
Because he's moving his hands. He's not just going defensive. Oh my, oh my. Fight at the end.
Figure in Filipino boxing. If Pacquiao is anywhere near as good as Elordi, we've got a real fight coming up.
Pacquiao should fight here. He shouldn't try to get into a boxing match with this master boxer from South Africa. You got to fight this guy because he knows how to slip, punch. Whole book, he has it.
Freddie Roach said to me yesterday, hey, look, we have great respect for Ledwaba, and we know he's a great boxer, but he won't be able to handle Manny's firepower.
Well, he took a beating in that round.
By CompuBox numbers, round one was huge for Pacquiao. He landed 32 out of 82, including 22 out of 40 power shots against Ledwaba's 9 of 28. So we watched Ledwaba get off to a great start down in South Africa. Here he gets off to an uncertain start against Pacquiao's hard punches in round one. And here comes the Filipino fighter again. Boom!
Ledwaba is going to have to do something to slow down his charge because otherwise he's not going to be able to handle this aggression as a boxer.
You got to fight. Yep. You go this far away from home. Can't depend on your boxing skills all the time. You got to fight. You want to fight, the fight is yours, but it's not going to develop like that.
You talk about getting old in a hurry. Lechinolo Ledwaba looks like an old 29 in there against 24-year-old Manny Pacquiao right now.
Hey, how you feel? You okay?
I didn't see the punch. It looked like a short left hand. We'll have to see in the replay.
I think it was a bunch of punches. I think it was the whole fuselage.
I think it started in the first couple of punches thrown in the first round.
Absolutely. I think this guy just hit so hard that Ledwaba is totally on the defensive.
Ledwaba came in as a potential star. Right now it looks like Pacquiao may go out as the star.
He took this fight on only 2 weeks' notice, only came here to America 10 days ago, and he is banging Ledwaba right now.
You got to fight. If you want to be a star, you got to fight. That's a rude awakening for a good master boxer like Ledwaba. There you go, a body shot by Ledwaba. That may change things. You got to
lands 2 straight lefts.
He went to the body, and that's the most important shot tonight. Right to the body.
So Ledwaba momentarily coming alive after having tasted canvas in round 2, having tasted his own blood in round 1.
This is the time to go to the body if you're Ledwaba. go to the body and beat and maintain pain.
And he has suddenly stopped Pacquiao's assault. Now Pacquiao comes back with a body shot of his own. And bangs Ledwaba again with a big left upstairs. What a fight. They're trading vicious body shots at short range.
Ledwaba has not landed that left hook. Once he throws that, if he's able to throw it, you can see a different fight. A left hook to the body.
Well, he's going to get a chance, too, because Pacquiao is squaring up. Sequence after sequence.
Let's see what caused the knockdown directly.
All right, seconds out.
Oh, yeah, that little left.
A little straight left hand that was so short that you could hardly see it.
Trainer Norman Pabani pleading with him as he got up out of his corner between rounds. Throw the left hook, land the left hook. Pacquiao to the body with an explosive shot. And another. And a big right hand upstairs. And now he's got Ledwaba back on the defensive and bleeding badly.
He's got to stay on it. He cannot give him a break.
Guy from the Philippines, guy from South Africa, giving us a hell of a fight.
And Pacquiao wobbled Ledwaba again with a hard punch at the end of the round.
Breathe, 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 breathe.
Deep breath, Manny. All right, here you go, son.
Ayo pagsigig ka
Stay right here.
Duwa ba? Duwa kay lamang munta tayo.
Okay, Manny. Listen to me. Okay, you gotta stop following this man. You gotta cut the ring off from me, okay?
Okay.
Okay, don't follow him. Now here, I want more head movement, okay? Don't stand right in front of this man. Manny, look at me. Little head movement, okay?
Okay.
All right, just like your face.
Cleo, Cleo, Cleo.
Okay. Okay, you know better than that, right?
Yeah.
Be smart. You hear me? Good head movement. Okay, let's keep it going.
Breathe, breathe.
The veteran trainer speaking Tagalog in Manny Pacquiao's corner is Ben Delgado, who's been his trainer throughout his professional career. Delgado now gracefully stepping back to number 2 to allow Freddie Roach to take over because they think Roach can take him to another level. There are so many southpaw cuties in the lower weight classes. There aren't that many southpaw punchers with mustard. Pacquiao is fun to watch. Boom!
He's been caught by surprise. He's a good fighter. He had no idea.
Pacquiao may take care of it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How do you feel? You gotta continue?
When have you ever seen a fighter say, I'm not okay?
There's a weariness and almost a resignation in the eyes of Ledwaba.
Yeah, and Joe Cortez has seen enough. That's a TKO victory for the very impressive Manny Pacquiao, who takes a good fighter and just takes him apart with power shots.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's what I wanted. Yeah.
Pacquiao took the fight on 2 weeks' notice.
The Lewis plan, particularly in the sense that he's throwing the jab with great frequency, averaging 34 jabs per round. He landed 17 out of 34 jabs in round 3. That's a great statistical indicator for Lewis from Top Your Box. Harold Lutterman, how'd you score the first 3 rounds?
Okay, Jim. 3-0, 30-27. Lennox Lewis. Jim, with a guy surplus to his right like Lennox is doing, it's an unnatural move for a right-hand fighter. He's doing it beautifully, so that Rock can't hit him with that big right hand. Good ring generalship for Lennox Lewis. Another thing, in all the exchanges, Lennox will get off first, keep Rockman off balance, so Rockman can't get sent to punch. Watch this, Lennox is always going to land the first punch.
And perhaps by way of trying to ask his fighter to be even more aggressive, Emanuel Stewart between rounds said to Lennox Lewis, Lennox, this man can't counterpunch. Go get him.
Yeah, but the one thing that lives in Lennox Lewis' head, that night in Africa.
Yep.
You can't take that away from him.
You know, even his own corner said to him, to Rockman, if he punches, just keep your hands high. They're telling him not to counterpunch. Boom! Will Rockman get up, or half the table's been turned? Is it reversed? 7, 8, 9. It's over. Lennox Lewis got revenge. Has captured his revenge. And now it's Rockman complaining in the corner that he didn't.
This is what some of his supporters thought he could have done to Holyfield if he had decided to be more aggressive. Rockman totally out of position after the left, and the right hand was good night.
He did it by long range. That's most importantly. He didn't try to close in. Everything was out in the open. That's the way you want to fight a puncher.
And he set it all up with the left hand by firing aggressively, keeping his left hand in Rockman's face, mixing in the left hook every once in a while with the jab. He changed it up here. Instead of jab and right hand, it was hook and right hand.
And you know what? The old saying, never follow a puncher around.
And Rockman did.
Rockman made the fatal mistake. I'm going to follow you no matter what you jab me or what, I'm going to follow you.
Well, Rockman has spent months saying he had no respect for Lennox Lewis. He went into the ring and showed he had no respect for Lennox Lewis, and he paid the price.
It happened to Lennox Lewis in the same fashion. He had no respect for Rockman, and he tasted canvas.
So now they're even. 5th round knockout for Rockman in South Africa. 4th round knockout.
All right, gentlemen. We went over the rules of the dressing room. Like Camerino. I expect a good, clean fight. No rough tactics. These trunks here are a little high. These trunks are un poco alto. They're a little high also. Punches here are still good. Give me a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch them up.
The stakes couldn't be higher.
And a quick word about the tactical face-off. Prince Naseem is a southpaw who usually dispenses with the jab relatively early, squares his shoulders, and throws power punches. Marco Antonio Barrera is a conventional fighter, but by far his biggest weapon is the left hook, especially to the body. Barrera boxing, not just wading in, gets to the body, wobbles Naz with a left hook upstairs.
But he allowed Barrera to taste his power just a little bit.
Barrera is not looking in.
Big left hand by Barrera.
He is boxing and picking his spots.
It's a very interesting choice of fight plans by Barrera, and he's making it work very effectively in round 1. He's landed 2 big left hooks upstairs and a couple of shots to the body. Naz hasn't done any real damage. Round 1 is all Barrera as Prince Naseem takes several power shots from the Mexican star. Is it solely because Naz's balance is so bad that he looks to be affected by every power punch?
Absolutely. Corner may not be able to give advice. You got to work on his engine out there.
Shades of the Cesar Soto bout in Detroit as Barrera is either pulled down by Hamed or pushes him down. Mark Ratner comes up onto the ring apron. Coming into the ring. Hard left hand by Prince Naseem.
The Prince is the aggressor.
Right hand and a left by Barrera. Seems power that Barrera is fighting the way he is.
Yet.
Barrera lands a jab. Prince Naseem grins.
Move to the left. Stay away from that left hand.
Big left hand by Barrera inside. Stuns Prince Naseem.
He hasn't got in one position yet. Ooh.
That's what Prince Naseem wants to do. Barrera goes to the body.
Every round, Barrera should send him to the corner hurt.
And a couple of them were good hard shots. Here you see the difficulty of trying to get to Prince Naseem's body, although Barrera has his gone. Big left hand by Prince Naseem.
You know, he was right in the pocket that time. It looks more like he's doing more damage to you, rather than saying, there you are.
But there it is.
You wonder whether the Prince has been thrown off.
Huge left hand by Barrera there.
Let's go.
Depend on your boxing him, you start fighting. That's what Barrera is doing. He's pacing himself. And that's what you want a solid fighter like Barrera doing. Clowning with a clown.
Big right hand to the body again by Barrera.
They haven't been able to get square in the middle yet, but he's starting to pick up the power.
The Royal knows with some royal blood.
Couple of left jabs onto the Royal chin.
Now for the first time you see the Prince getting closer and closer to the ropes with his back himself.
Left hand partially blocked. Whoa. One landed solidly. And a right to the body by Prince Naseem. Barrera came back low.
Thing about Prince, when he doesn't have anything else, he's got power.
And he lands another left hand upstairs. Barrera suddenly dispensing with the jab. Naz stalking and trying to land that left cross.
Counter punch, counter punch. He throws a two-punch combination, he can get a knockdown. 1, 2, 3, and he's in business. For a change, he hadn't been worried about that early on. You see the Prince just will not finish up with a shot. 1, 2, 3, and he's in business. Still didn't come back with another.
Blood trickling from the right nostril of Barrera. Very professional. Left hook to the body.
Barrera is looking at the floor, trying to distract Barrera. Fat chance.
That was one tough cookie.
Doggone right. Big left hook by Barrera.
Professional fighters.
Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, 6-3, 87, 84. Marco Antonio Barrera the last 4 rounds.
He's thrown the left hand, but he hasn't thrown anything with it. He's missed it.
That's the way you stop the counter. Throw combinations.
He's not a combination puncher, George.
He's a one punch at a time slugger who's getting hit too frequently to get it done here. There's a big left hand. Barrera covering up.
Barrera's playing possum.
There's a hard right hand by Naseem. And Barrera comes back with 2 left-hand shots of his own. Can you believe the odds on this fight with 3.5 to 1? Can you believe 28 out of 30 writers picked Hamed? Where is the respect for Marco Antonio Barrera?
Well, I bet it's there right now.
The combinations have been thrown by Barrera.
Manuel, do you believe that the Prince needs a knockout to win this fight?
Beyond a doubt, I definitely believe he needs a knockout, and I have told him as such. I don't think he's ever been hurt in the fight, but when he gets hit, his head is up so to the point that it looks so bad to the crowd. And he seems to be very focused and very well trained for Naz. Naz has got to try to land a big knockout punch, even at the risk of possibly being knocked out himself.
Thank you.
He's taking advantage of Naz's aggression to turn it against him.
Naz will not come back with any shot.
Huge right hand by Barrera. And the English crowd is seated and quiet.
Organizational style that the Prince has developed since he was a boy.
106, 103, 7 rounds to 4, Marco Antonio Barrera. Jim, I got to tell you, he may have lost the 10th round to Barrera, but boy, he had a huge 11th round. So in the last 6 rounds, Marco's won 5 of them. And I'll tell you, I think the secret is he stayed away from Prince's big power and he landed the better shots.
Look at the right hand by Barrera. He wants to close the show with authority.
His corner told him to just box, and he's not taking that advice. He's going for it.
He's been on the wrong side of at least one decision here in Las Vegas. He doesn't want it to happen again. A reckless Prince Naseem.
Prince is trying to figure out how can he get in.
I think Barrera has already shown with his chin, one left hand won't do it.
That's truth. Too much chin.
Barrera pounds Naseem into the ring post, risking disqualification. Furious at Naz's antics.
Time out. 1 point. 1 point.
And a point deduction from Barrera.
1 point.
Big left hook by Barrera.
In Spanish, please obey my commands. Protect yourself at all times. Respect the bell. Touch gloves. Touch them up. Respect, respect. Touch them, Bernard. Let's go, let's go.
Be the last ditch round of his career. Harold, how do you have it coming to the 12th?
Hopkinson, 108, 101, 9 rounds to 2. Bernard Hopkins. I only gave Tito Trinidad rounds 1 and 6. All the rest of Bernard Hopkins boxing beautifully from the outside.
Get out, get out.
Hopkins better go for safety and get a knockout. You just can't trust judges.
Well, Hopkins still wants to fight. He's not sitting on his lead. He's seen somebody try to do that against Trinidad without success. Hopkins imposing his will and his skill on the man who is tonight the lesser fighter.
Trinidad continues to come.
He'll never quit. He'll never stop coming.
No retreat.
Oh, huge right hand. Huge right hand by Hopkins. Down goes Trinidad. I'm not sure Tito can get up. He's got the desire. He's never been knocked out. This fight is over. Steve Smoker stops it. No.
Bernard
Tito Trinidad comes in.
has done it.
He knocked out Trinidad.
Bernard Hopkins has put himself up there in the list of all the great middleweights. His 14th consecutive defense of his title. Trinidad, a beaten man. He was beaten boxing, and then he was beaten physically. He was beaten with the smarts of Bernard Hopkins. He was beaten with the heart of Bernard Hopkins. What a performance.